Hello everyone, my name is Joel and welcome to a brand new video of Dope Tech Man. And in today's video, we are going to see how to read the data from an Arduino board on a computer. So now why is it important? Why should we read the data from the Arduino board on our computer? So it can be really helpful and it will be really useful, such as while using an ultrasonic sensor or a temperature sensor. Because when we use an ultrasonic sensor, which is used to measure the distance, we can see what the ultrasonic sensor is showing or whatever the ultrasonic sensor is reading on our computer by using the serial monitor. So that is the tool that we use to read the data from the Arduino board on our computer. So in here we are not going to take any ultrasonic sensor or any temperature sensor to see how it works, but we are just going to do a simple project or a simple example to see how you can implement it in the Arduino. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a simple project where I'll be blinking an LED, and also I'll be counting how many times it has blinked. And so now the count part will be displayed in the computer. So the LED will be blinking on the Arduino board, but how many times it has blinked will be shown in the computer. So it will be taking the data from the Arduino board and be showing us in the computer. So let's see how to do that in code. So welcome to my computer, and I have already written a blink LED project, a sample project, so that it will be easy for us to, or it will be faster for us to communicate. So here you can see that I have just simply mentioned a LED on pin number 13 and I have set it as an output device, and I have just written a simple program in the void loop so that it just turns on and then turns off, as you can see here, right? So now let's see how to use the serial monitor, or how can we read how many times it has blinked. So now when it comes to reading the data from the Arduino board, the first thing we need to do is we have to first set it up. To set it up or initialize the serial port, we have to write inside the void setup, we have to write serial dot begin. So begin, begin. And then we have to write 9600 and then bracket close, semicolon. So I make sure to write the S capital, because or else it will show error. So now what this does is it will tell the Arduino board that okay, the Arduino board needs to send the data from the Arduino board to the computer, and so that is what the serial begin commands tells. And this 9600, it is the baud or bits per second. So what does this mean is the Arduino board will send data to the computer at a maximum speed of 96 bits per second. Now there are other standard baud values also, but this is the most commonly used baud value, and so we are going to use it here also, and it is easy for us to understand too. So this is the 9600 bauds. This will tell the Arduino board to start sending the data from the Arduino board to the computer. It will initialize it. Now the next thing that we need to do is we have to tell the Arduino board what we should send back to the computer, okay, or what the computer should show us, that whatever it is receiving from the Arduino board. So for that we have to write some commands, some codes in here. So as we have taken an example, like suppose we are taking an example of counting the number of times the LED has turned on. So for that, as you can see here, that here the LED is turned on, right? The first thing we need to do is we have to create a variable. Let's say we are calling it count, okay? So we are creating a variable called count. We are assigning 0 as the value of the variable count, okay? So now let us write a code here, like after turning on the LED, we would be writing a code here which will be count plus equal to 1. Okay, so now what it does is this line that you can see here, this line will assign a value to the count which will be equal to count plus 1. So what does that mean? It means the value of the count after every loop will be the count, which will be the previous value of the count plus 1. So in this case, as you can see here that we have put the initial value of count as 0, right? When this program runs, then when the first time the code runs, then it will go through here, and at that time the value of the count will be equal to count plus 1 or 0 plus 1, because 0 is the initial value of the count and 0 plus 1 is 1. So now the value of the count is 1. Now when this code again runs, because it is in a loop, then at that time then the count value will be equal to count plus 1, and this time the value of count is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and then when again it runs, then the value of count is 2. Then it will be 2 plus 1, which is 3, and then 3 plus 1, which is 4. So like that it will keep on increasing. So whenever this LED turns on, then it will then the value of the count will increase. Then after that, after half a second, the LED will turn off, and this will keep on repeating. So I hope that you understood what we are doing with count in here. So that part is clear. Now what we need to do is we have to tell the Arduino board to print this data on our computer. Okay. So for that, let's write in the next line. So to tell the Arduino board that you have to print the number of times the LED has turned on, that data on our computer on the serial monitor. Okay. So what is serial monitor? I will show it in a second. So for that you have to write a command called serial dot print. Okay. Serial dot print. So we need to print count. So that's it. So now this, what does this command do is, this will print, or this will show the data, that is the count, which the Arduino reads. So where will it display? And it will display in serial monitor, that is located on the top right corner, that you can see here. Okay, so I have to save it to show you. So just a second. So let's just see if there is anything, if there is any error. So there is no error because it's And now let's connect it to the Arduino board and test it out. So I connected it to the Arduino board, and now let me upload this program. Okay, wait a minute. I have to go to Tools, Port, Arduino. Yeah. So now let me upload it. So it is showing done uploading. So now as you can see that the LED is blinking. Okay, and I haven't connected an LED here because there is already an LED that is connected to pin number 13. This is the LED that you can see here. And so as you can see that this LED is blinking every half seconds. And as you can see that there is also another LED that is blinking beside it. That is the transmitting light. So when that light blinks, that means this Arduino board is communicating with our computer. So now let's see how to read the data, right? So to read the data that the Arduino is giving back, you have to click this serial monitor that you can see here. So when you click it, there's this window that opens. So this is the serial monitor, and as you can see here that these values are coming, right? So as you can see that the value is incrementing by 1. So here it is 16, 17, 18, 19. So like that these values are increasing, and these values will tells us that the LED has blinked this much time. So that is how you read the value. Now one thing you can notice here is that these values are getting shown at the right side, or it is just printing in a horizontal manner, which is not convenient. So how to make it print in the vertical manner so that you can see each number clearly. For that, let's come back to our code, and in here instead of serial print we can write serial print ln. So what does serial print ln do is, it will print the values in the next line. So it will print whatever value that it prints, and then it will jump to the next line to print the next next value. So now let's check it, let's verify it, and let's upload it, and I will show it to you how we will be seeing it. So let's again click the serial monitor, and as you can see here that these values are printing in the horizontal manner. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So the values are printing in the horizontal manner. So like that you can read the value, that is read the data that the Arduino is transmitting. So this is just an example of how to use the serial command to print or to read the data from the Arduino board, and we will be using it more when we will be using in more practical ways while using the ultrasonic sensor or the temperature sensor, because there we can use it to measure the distance and to read the value that the ultrasonic sensor will be reading. Now you will be wondering that can we only read or can we only print the values that the Arduino board is reading? The answer is no, you can also use it to print the way you want, or to show the values the way you want. So to show you an example, let me just write another line. Okay, let's write serial dot print, and let me write in parentheses. Okay, that's the important. So I will write in parentheses. Let me write blink counter, blink number. Okay, let's write blink number, and let me close it. Now what does this do is this will directly print blink number on the serial monitor. Let me just put a space here also. Okay, so that there will be space between blink number and the count. As you can see here that after serial print in here, I haven't written LN. So what this means, so what will happen is after printing blink number, it will not jump to the next line. It will the next command will print, the next command will run on that same line. So that means after blink number and a space, the value or the count will print. Whatever the value of the count there that is being there, that the count has, will print there, and after that it will jump line, because we have written ln in here. Then it will jump to the next line, and then this code again runs. This line again prints in the next line. This code again prints in the next line, and then after a space the value of the count will print, and like that it will keep on repeating. So now let's see this in action. So as you can see here that now it is also showing blink number. So blink number 1, blink number 2, blink number 3, like that it is printing these values, right? So this is just a basic example of how you can use serial monitor. I hope you guys got an understanding of how to read the data from the Arduino board on the computer, and how to use the serial dot begin and all those commands. And if you liked it, give it a like and share it with your friends, and subscribe for more upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Bye bye.